Okay, today we're going to examine how to find the sum of interior angles of a triangle. And what that really means is if I have an unknown measure of an angle, I can figure it out in a triangle because I know that the sum of all three angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I'll write that down in a minute, but first let's just look at the triangle we have. So we have a triangle that has three angles, angle A, angle B, and angle C, here listed in red. Usually angles are represented by capital letters like they are here. All right, so angle C is 90 degrees. And how do I know that? Because this box tells me that the measure of this angle is 90 degrees. And that's helpful information. And let's say I said that the measure of angle A is 40 degrees. Let's just say I made that 40 degrees. And I wanted you to tell me, well, what is the measure of angle B? Well, this theorem says that the measure, that angle A plus the measure of angle B, so I'm just not writing the M, plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. And so knowing what we know, let's just substitute. So I know that A is 40 degrees. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that 40. You can put the degrees symbol if you want. You don't have to. Plus the measure of angle B. So I don't know what the measure of angle B is. I'm just going to say that that is X because I don't know what that is. Plus the measure of angle C. And the measure of angle C, we know that to be 90 degrees. That box means it's a right angle. Equals 180 degrees. And then just use algebra to get x by itself. So we can combine like terms first. 100, or add the numbers. 130 degrees plus x equals 180. And x equals 50 degrees. And since x is 50 degrees, then that means that angle B is 50 degrees. Let's try one more. If you understand, you can stop this video, and if you need more help, I'll do one more example. Okay, so let's say we have, again, measure A, measure of angle B, and here's angle A, B, and C. And let's say I say that the measure of angle A is 75 degrees. And let's say I say the measure of angle B is 20 degrees. And we need to find the measure of angle C. Well, the same theorem applies, that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. So I know the measure of angle A is 75 degrees. I know that the measure of angle B is 20 degrees. And I don't know the measure of angle C, so that's going to be X. You can even call it C if you want. In fact, let's call it C this time, just so you know you don't always have to use X. Okay, equals 180 degrees. All right, well, 75 plus 20, that's 95. 95 plus C equals 180. Just like algebra, let's get C by itself. So I'm going to subtract 95 from both sides. I'm going to subtract 95 from both sides. And C equals 180 minus 95, which is 85 degrees. So that means that the measure of angle C is 85 degrees. And we can double check our work. We can say, okay, well, if that's true, then these three angles should add up to 120. So let's test it out. Let's make some room here. Okay, so the measure of angle A is 75 degrees. The measure of angle B is 20 degrees. and the measure of angle C is 85 degrees. And if you add that up, you get 180 degrees. So that's how I know I did it right. Okay, good luck.